Hello everybody. In this video I will talk about currying. So what is currying? It's a concept of functional programming. Functional programming is a paradigm of programming where programs are constructed by function. It's a technique of converting a function that takes multiple arguments into a sequence of functions that each takes a single argument. And in fact, what you see here is a function sum, which is transformed into multiple functions that each take a single argument. We also said that it transforms a callable of f, a, and b into callable as f of a and f of b. What are the advantages of using currying? It's dividing your function into multiple smaller functions that can handle one responsibility. It means make pure function. It also improves readability. In fact, this code here is clear and readable. You see clearly the argument taken one by one. It can also be used to check if all arguments are passed. We are going to see an example of this. And it allows you to call the argument on a flexible way. It means a combination of the argument you like to pass. Before jumping into a practical example, let's see some words of vocabulary which are linked to this topic. The arity is the number of argument the function takes, so it's a two-arity function. By the way, this is called a parameter. It's when you define a function, the value that are passed are called parameter, and when you call the function, the real value are called arguments. And here you have an example of a wrapper and a closure. A wrapper is always a closure. So it means a function with its local environment. Currying is made possible because of closure. Here in this we have a variable add 10, which is equals to the function add and passing the first argument as 10. Then we have a variable num, which is an array. And then we are going to map each item of the array number and call the function add 10 because it's a variable which is equals to a function. We are going to call this the function, and because b will be undefined, it will return a new function with the second parameter the item of the array, and then call the result of our function add, which will be a plus b. So let's jump into a practical example. In this example called self-curried function, we have three examples of use. I have added a debugger breakpoint in order to see step by step what is happening in this function. So we start with our variable called curried sum, which is equal to the function curry, taking as parameter another function, the function sum, defined here. So when we are going to call our first example, what it's going to do is the function is going to check if the number of the argument here is greater or equals than the number of the function sum. And it will be the case for the first example. So we are going to call directly the function sum and keeping the context of the function. So we will console log the addition of the three first parameter. In the second example, we are going to carrying the first argument of the function. So we're going to pass the same test. So we are checking if the length of our first function call here is equal to 3 because func is sum. It's not the case. So we are going to look for the next function call, which is 2 and 3, and we are going to call again our function curried with the first function call merge with the rest of the parameter. And then, because the condition is met, we will call our function sum and console log the result. And finally, in the last example, we are going to do a full currying because all the arguments are passed separately. So it means that this test will be considered as false. We will return the next function call, so the 2 here. And then we are going to merge the first argument with the second one and check if the condition is met. This will not be the case. So we are going to do the merge again, the concatenation again, and merge 1 and 2 with the last argument, and then pass the test again. So here we have merged all the argument together, and we are checking if it's equal to the number of the argument of the function sum, and it will be the case. So we are going to return the function sum and console log the result. And this is it. So in the console at the end, we have perfectly the same result in the three use that we had here. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you. Bye.